have it. Okay. All right. Let's go to share the screen and we'll look at okay. All right. There's the cookout problem.
Yeah, so let me get my homework.
Can you see it on the screen?
Yes. I wrote it in my book too.
Maureen, do you see it?
Yeah, Miss Barbara. Yeah.
Okay. So now I was just telling Michelle that she gave me a lot of extra work in the answers because I didn't ask the people's names. All I asked was what? List the menu items and their quantities. So on the right side of your screen, you just put what I ask you for, like hamburgers and buns, 30. Hot dogs, twice as many, that's 60, right?
Uh-huh.
Potato salad, 20 pounds. Coleslaw, 10 pounds less, and 10 pounds less than 20 is 10.
Oh.
40 bags of chips. Half as many bags of marshmallows as chips. So that's half of 40, which is 20. Vegetable quesadillas, 20 less than the number of hot dogs. So 20 less than the number of hot dogs is 20 from 60, 40.
Uh-huh.
Corn on the cob, 15 more than half the number of bags of chips, right? Chips is 40. Half of 40 is what, Maureen?
20.
And then if you add 15 to it, you get what?
35.
35, okay. And the chicken, half the sum of the hamburgers and hot dogs. So 60 plus 30 is 90, and half of that is 45. Okay.
Yeah.
Fruit pieces, twice the number of hot dogs. Hot dogs is 60. Twice is 2 times 60, 120.
20.
Juices, 25 less than the number of quesadillas. That's 40, right?
Uh-huh.
And we said what? 25 less. What's 25 from 40? That's 15. 15 bottles of juice.
Yeah.
Now, some of you with the ice cream, you put gallons, but ice cream, I said 1/2 gallons, right?
1/2 gallons, yeah.
1/2 gallons of ice cream, half the number for the coleslaw. So the coleslaw was 10, half of 10 is 5. So that's 5 gallons.
Right.
Hello, Vanessa. Happy birthday.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the chocolate bars was what? Well, did that say the chocolate
40.
bars?
40.
Okay.
40.
So it's 40. Okay, chocolate bars equal 2 times the number of marshmallows. 2 times 20 is 40. And the graham crackers was boxes. 2 times the number of half gallons of ice cream, which 2 times 5 is 10. Less 6 means you subtract 6 from 10 and you get 4.
Oh, 4.
You got it, Maureen? I think that's the one you had the problem
with. That's it.
Yeah, I had
yes, Vanessa, you're the only one that had them all right.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I sat here, I was like, wow, let me get this done.
I'll be right back. I'm going to the restroom. Let me put
okay. So you had them all right. The next 3 people had 13 of them right. Okay, so well, actually 4 people.
Well, why had I get some of my wrong? Because where I should have put the chocolates, right? For David, I put the crackers. So that way my answers get mixed up like that.
Okay, but then when you sent them back, you had them correct.
Yeah.
So you really only missed 1. So you had 13 out of 14. Okay.
And at first I had 4 boxes in on. And then I said, I'm sure. And I changed it again.
Maureen, you always change it from the right answer to the wrong.
I know.
And do that. You gotta believe in yourself because 99% of the time you're correct. Okay, so that was the cookout problem, and I thank you for sending me the answers. And that was a good exercise in picking out what you need in the word problem to solve the problem. Okay, now let's go. Who did that homework?
I'm sorry, I was busy all. Oh, I'm not ashamed to like. When I tell you I was busy from like the 15th. Whew.
Oh, oh, that's right. You
Yeah, because I
really.
was doing some things for my new hire, my new job.
Oh, okay.
So it was a whole lot of, yes, I was doing like compliance training and all these things, and it took me
Oh, okay.
days and a whole lot of forms.
All right. Now, number 11, we actually did last time, right? Number 11, I think we had 11, 12, 13, 14. Does everybody see number 11?
Yeah.
Okay. Maureen, explain number 11.
Okay. Got a lot explaining to do with Babylon.
What?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'll read it and then I want you to
There was
explain how you
11.
solve it. At a football match, there were 11,820 spectators. 8,256 of the spectators were adults. Of the remaining spectators, there were 3 times as many teenagers as young children.
Yeah.
How many teenagers were there? So what do you do first, Maureen?
I subtract, let me see, the 8,256 from the 11,820,
And what does that give you?
3,564.
And what is that?
I think that adults and children.
What is that of the spectators? Are they
Right.
teenagers, young children, adults? What is that amount that
Teenagers and young children.
they are teenagers? That's a combination.
Yeah.
This is a combination of teenagers and young children, right? But what did they
Yeah.
tell you the relationship between the teenagers and young children? They say 3 times as many as young children. So that means 3 times the number of children is equal to T. So what do you do next, Maureen?
Then I subtract. I subtract. I think I subtract 891.
Well, how did you get, wait, how did you get 891?
I can't figure it out right now.
Okay. Now, this statement right here, Vanessa, what is that? Hey, here.
Statement.
This equality, what is that? C plus T is equal to 3,564. What is that in words?
In words, it's teenagers and young children.
That's right. It's young children plus teenagers.
Yeah.
Is 3,564.
Yeah.
And you have 3 times as many children as you do teenagers. So that's what the 3C equals T, right? Then for the T, this in this equation, we can put what? 3C. So C plus T becomes C plus 3C. Because 3C is equal to, that's right, Maureen, that's equal to 4C. And then Maureen, how do you find C? Maureen, how do you find the number of children?
I think I divide the 4 by into the 3,564.
Right, and that you got, then you got the 891. So that 891 represents what, Maureen?
The young children.
That's right, that represents the young children. Okay. So how do you find the number of teenagers?
Then I subtract the 891 from the 3,564.
Right, and you get the number of teenagers, which is what?
2673.
2673, which is answer C. Any questions on number 11?
Let me do Let me get a
Vanessa,
Photoshop.
any questions?
Yeah, no, it's not. No, Miss Barbara, it's okay. Let me get a photo shot of it.
Okay. Well, I'll email you this, but you can go ahead
Okay.
and take a picture, but I'll email you this. Plus, then I'll upload our
Okay.
session to YouTube. So you'll have it two ways, on YouTube, and then I'll
That's true.
email. Okay. All right. All right. Let's go to number 12. Maureen, did you do number 12?
Yeah, we do number 12 last week.
Yeah. Okay, Maureen. So explain number 12.
Okay, we want to, they say that the man had like 960 mangoes, right?
Right.
Okay. So you see, after the dance, we had the remainder, which was like, let's see,
What did he do at the end of the day?
yeah.
What did he do?
At the end of the day, he put 17 boxes, no,
Piles.
17 piles
I'm back.
into 17 piles
Okay, Michelle.
into 12s,
And the
right?
12 fruits in each pile. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So what would you do with that 17 and that 12?
I multiply it by 12.
And what
I
does
get
that
two.
give you?
I get 204. And then I subtract the 204 from the 960 and leave him with 756.
That's right. See, the 204, the mangoes that he had left that he didn't sell, because it said at the end of the day, he divided the remaining means the fruits that's left, right? Into
Yeah.
17 piles, 12 fruits in each pile. So if you multiply the 17 by the times the 12, you get the number of mangoes he had left. So of the 960 mangoes, he had 204 left. Subtract the 204 from what he started out with, and you get 756 mangoes sold. Michelle, you singing happy birthday to Vanessa?
At the end. At the
Okay,
end.
at the
Yes,
end.
ma'am.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Now, let's go to any questions on number 12? All right. Who would like to solve number 13? Give me a chance to read it and tell me how you would solve it. Anybody want to tell me how to solve it?
I don't know, but I get hope. I do an answer, but I can't have to solve it to you.
What did you get, Maureen? What's your answer? How many was left?
68, I get leave. But I
How
don't know if I
many?
get
How many you
answer
get?
168.
168?
But I don't know if it was, they do it right.
Well, how many? Okay, how many packets did he start out with?
22.
That's boxes, Michelle. How many packets?
Packers?
Total.
18.
That's per box. What was
150.
his total number of packets that he had at the beginning?
122 or 50.
Total
150. He sold 152 packets.
I'm not talking about what he sold. I'm saying how much did he start out with? Total packets was equal to what?
So it has 18 packages.
16.
That's packets. 22 box of noodles.
Right, and each box has 18 packages.
So how many total packets was there, Maureen? How do I find that?
By multiplying.
Yes, multiply what? Very good. What do I multiply?
18 by 22.
That's right. 18 times 22. Because there were 18 packets of of noodles in a box, and there are 22 boxes. So if you multiply the boxes times the number of packets per box, you'll get the total packets. In other words, let's just put the units in. 18 represents what? Packets per box, right?
Mhm.
What does 22 represent? 22 represent boxes. All right. So when you multiply packets per box times boxes, you get the number of packets. And what is that equal to, Maureen? What's 22?
396.
That's right, 396. So he started out with 396 packets. Now, the first month he sold how many?
152 packages.
That's right, sold 152 packets. All right. Now, what did he sell the second month?
16 more packages than the first month.
So what would that be equal to, Maureen?
168
152
and
plus
6.
16 more, right?
Yeah.
Plus 16. And what would you say that's equal to, Maureen?
168.
168. So the first month he sold 152. The second month he sold 168. Now, Michelle, how do you find how many packets he sold in the first 2 months?
You times it?
No,
Oh, you subtract it. I'm sorry.
no,
Divide.
no. Let me ask you again. First month he sold 152 packets. Right? Second month he sold 168 packets. What I'm asking you is to tell me total packets
Add.
sold. So you do what more? What do you do, Michelle?
Add.
So what would I add?
152 and 168.
Very good. Okay. 152 plus 168. And what is that equal to?
Not sure, but I know you added.
Yeah, but tell me that what you get when you add those.
Let's see. 1 second. Where's my calendar? 1 second, ma'am.
Okay. 8 and 2. And then 6 and
168
plus
plus
152.
plus 152 equal 320.
Okay, so you have 320. That's the total packets sold. Now, Michelle, how would I find how many packets he had left?
You would say 320 subtract from 6
Keep going.
320 subtract from 16, I guess.
No. What would the total packets left would be what he started with minus what he sold. So what would that look like?
Minus what he.
How many packets did he start out with?
Ben had 22 boxes of noodles. So he started out with 18 packets.
No. 22 boxes, each box contained 18. So he started out with 396 packets, right?
Yes. So subtract 93, 96, 320 from 3.
No. Okay, go ahead.
396 subtract 320, somewhere over there.
Very good. Okay, that's it. So what's that equal to, Michelle?
Let's see.
It's mental math.
396 subtract
320.
320 equal 76.
76. So the total packets left you should have gotten was 76.
Oh, I see.
Got it? Any questions on number 13?
No.
Let's just go back over it again. 22 boxes of noodles. That's what Ben had.
Uh-huh.
Each box contained 18 packets. So we first found the total packets he had because our question says how many packets does he have left? So we've got to convert his box of noodles into packets, knowing he had 22 and that each box contained 18. That's where we got the 396. First month he sold 152. That's 152 packets. Second month, he sold 16 more than the first month. That means 16 added to the first month sold. 152 gives you 168. Total package sold, excuse me, was the package he sold the first month and the second month. And as Michelle said, excuse me, you add them, you get 320 total packets sold. He started out with 396, he sold 320. The difference give you what is left. So the answer is 76 packets are left. Questions? 13.
No.
Okay. Did anyone do number 14? Vanessa, how would you do number 14?
Okay, let me see. A farmer had 88 melons growing in her garden. In June, the farmer had picked 14 melons. In July, a thunderstorm knocked a branch from a tree and crushed half the melon that remains in the garden. Then the farmer picked the rest. How many melon did the farmer pick in June and July combined? Okay. It was 88 melons growing.
Okay. So,
In June, she picked 14.
right. So the total melons equal 88. All right.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, how
Yes.
many did he pick in June?
14. 74 remaining.
Okay, picked. And that's equal to 14.
14.
Okay. Now, how many remaining? So remaining melons,
37.
melons equal what? 88 minus 14. And what did you say that was, Vanessa? 74?
74.
Okay. Now, it said in July, a thunderstorm knocked a branch from a tree and crushed half of the melons that remained. So, melons crushed.
74 is melons crush was 37 because it's half from 74.
Right. Melons crushed equal 74 divided by 2 equal 37. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he picked the rest. So
Yes.
melons picked. What's that equal to, Vanessa?
37 plus 14, 51.
How many you said?
Okay, the half from 74 was 37. So if he picked the rest along with the 14 in June and the rest that remains is 37. So 37 plus 14 is 51.
Okay, so the melons picked, you said a 14
in
plus
June.
37, and that's equal 51. So the melons he picked for June was 14. The melons he picked for July was 37. So the melons picked in June and July combined was what?
51.
51.
51.
51.
Yeah, because 14, that's July. 37, because it said
Mhm.
crushed half of the melons remained. So half of the 74 was 37. Then he picked the rest.
Yeah.
74 minus 37 is 37. So 14 plus 37
Mhm.
was 51. So that's melons picked June and
Wow, I got 51. I do 51 too.
did you get that, Maureen?
Yeah. Man.
Okay, so June, July combined is 51. Okay.
Yes.
Any questions? So the 37, if you add the 37 and 51, you get the total 88, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Questions on 14. Okay, let's look at number 15.
Michelle, you still there?
Yes.
I hear you, man.
Hi, how are you?
All right, Michelle, number 15. How would you solve it?
Read it or just solve it?
Okay. Well, you can read it and then solve it.
Okay. A group of 4 friends is playing cards. The deck has 70 cards. To start the game, the dealer makes a pile of 15 cards in the center. Then she deals the remaining cards one at a time. Each player until all the cards are gone.
Okay.
What is the greatest number of cards any player will have after all the cards are dealt?
Okay. So you have what?
4 friends.
How many
A group.
cards are you starting with?
You're starting off with 70 deck
Okay,
of cards.
that's 70. Okay. Now
Yeah.
you have 70. Now, if you put a pile of 15 in the center, how many do you have left?
Pile of 15 in the center.
Yes. Then how many cards do you have to deal?
Well, you put a 15 piles in the center.
No, 15 cards in a pile.
So it would be 55.
That's right, be 55. So total cards, and I would say dealt because she's dealing those cards,
Yeah.
equal 70 minus 15. And what did you say that's equal to, Michelle?
55, ma'am.
55. Okay. So you have 55 cards to be
Yes.
that the dealer will then deal to the 4 friends. Okay. So what's the greatest number of cards any player will have after all the cards are dealt? How would you find it?
Well, you said let me see, 55 and let's see.
So you have 55 cards. Let me just write here, 55 cards and
Always.
4 friends.
So you would say 55, maybe divided or maybe multiply, I think.
Which one?
Multiply.
Why would you multiply?
It's really divided, huh?
Yeah, it's dividing because you're taking the 55 cards and you're dealing them out to 4 friends. So it's a division. So 55 divided by 4 is what?
55 divided, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Yeah.
you. What's 55 divided by 4?
55 divided by 4 equals 13.75. Let me try it again. 55 divided by 4 equal, that's what I'm getting, 13.75?
13.75? Okay.
Yes.
So what does that tell you, Maureen, about the greatest number of cards any player will have?
Let me see.
What's the greatest number of cards any player will have?
14.
14. That's right. Because for 4 people, I could have 14 plus 14 plus 14 plus 13. What does that add up to? What's 14 plus 14 plus 14 plus 13? What does that add up to? Anybody?
Add it to that. Let me see.
14 plus 14 plus 14. Yeah, it adds up to 55.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the greatest number any player would be dealt, the greatest number is 14. Greatest number equal 14. So the greatest number of cards any player will have after I deal all the cards are 14. Okay, because 3 players can have 14 and 1 have 13, and I add up to the number of cards that we dealt, and that's the 55. So your answer
Wow.
is 14. And your clue you got here, when you divided the 55 by 4, you got a number that rounds to 14, right? So when you put 14, you say, what number times 14 that I can add to a number and get 55? That would be 3 times 14 is 42 plus 13 is 55. Questions on number 15. The key is you've got to take the 70 cards and that 15 that you put in the center, you got to subtract those out. So you know how many cards you're dealing. That's 55 cards that you're dealing. So if you deal in 55 cards among 4 people, the greatest number any player will have after you deal out all 55 is 14. Questions on number 15?
No.
Okay. All right. Let's go to number 16. All right. Okay, Vanessa. 16. How would you solve it?
Okay, 16. An ice cream shop is testing some new flavors of ice cream. They invent 25 new flavors for customers to try and throw out the 13 less popular flavors. The shop makes 80 cartoons of each of the remaining flavors. It takes 2 cartoons to get 1 liter of ice cream. How much total ice cream is in the cartoon?
So what would you find first? What would be the first thing you'd find?
First thing you find, ice cream invent, First thing you have to know, the shop makes 80 cartoons. You have to find how much, no. Should I find how much liters? No.
No, what's the first thing you'll
My ice cream
find?
shop tests 80 flavors. The new flavors.
But they throw out
Miss
20,
Barbara?
they throw out the least popular flavors. So how many flavors are left?
Like 25 from 13. If it's 25 from 13, therefore it would be 12.
Right. Flavors left equal 25
12.
minus
minus 13, 30 equal 12.
12. Okay, let me make that
Yes.
bigger. Okay, so we have 12 flavors left, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, how many cartons of ice cream does he make? If there are 80 cartons of each of the remaining flavors, what's the total cartons?
Oh, I see.
What is it, Maureen? Since you said you see. What
I
is it,
multiply, I
Maureen?
multiply 80 by 12, right?
That's it, 80.
Uh,
Very good. Times 12. And what's
Multiply by
that
12,
equal to?
12.
What's that equal to, Maureen?
960.
960.
Mhm.
So your total cartons is 960, right? Now,
Mhm.
Vanessa, how do you find the number of liters?
How many? Okay, it takes two cartoons to get 1 liter of ice cream.
So what do I do? What operation?
Okay, 2 liters, 2 cartoons to get 1 liter.
So what do I, and I have 960 cartons. So how do I find the number of liters?
So you divide?
Yes, what do I divide?
So you divide, just now.
Yeah, you're right.
Do we divide 960 by 18? By 80?
No,
No.
960
By 2.
by
By-
2.
By
That's
by
right.
2. Yes, thank you.
Yes, it's 960 cartons divided by 2 cartons. And that's per
Equal
liter. Okay. And what's
per
that
liter.
equal to? What's that equal to?
480
480. And that would be liters.
liters. Yes.
Or you could say L. 480 liters. So that's how much total ice cream is in the cartons. First, you've got to find the flavors left. 25 minus the 13 to give you the flavors that we're working with, and that's the 12. Then you multiply the 12 flavors by the number of cartons, and that's 960. And then you divide that by the number of cartons per liter, and that gives you 480 liters of ice cream in the cartons. Any questions on 16? Questions? Michelle? Michelle is not there. Okay, let's go to number 17. Okay, number 17. So let me go to the next page. Okay, number 17 is a multiple choice. Okay, I give you a chance to read it. And
Sarah sells necklace for $50 each.
Universal saying that this is for $50 each.
$50.
she sells 40 necklaces a month at this price. If she applied a 10% discount to the price of her necklaces, she would sell an additional 10 necklaces in a month. Your question is, how much additional money would Sarah make in sales if she sold her necklaces with a 10% discount
necklace
for
for
a month?
$50 each, and she sells 40. This is a price. And she sold 40 necklaces.
Okay, so first thing I want you to find this total necklaces sold at $50 each.
right? Applied.
So how many did she sell at $50 each? They give you that. That's 40, right?
It's at 40, yeah.
Okay. Now let's write total amount
So additional
of
necklaces,
necklaces
much addition.
sold at $40 each. What is that total? What is that total amount?
2,000.
2,000. It's 40 times
Multiply by 50.
$50. That's right. And that's equal to $2,000. All right. Now, 10% discount on $50 is how much? How much is the amount of discount?
10%.
10% of the discount.
Is it?
What is that equal to?
That's
10%.
10% of 50, right?
Yes. What is it, Maureen?
10% of 50. 10% 50.
10% of $50. What's that equal to?
$5.
That's it. Convert your percent to a decimal, 0.10. That's 0.10 times $50. Sorry,
Yes,
it's a
five.
dollar sign 50. And that's equal to $5. So how much would she sell the necklaces after the discount? Anybody?
Yeah.
What's the amount of the necklace after the discount? Anybody want to tell me? After you apply the $5, what are you selling the necklace for? Michelle?
Okay.
50 times 5?
No. That would be more than, it's got to be less than the 50.
What's it? Want to know the amount of necklaces after
The
discount?
amount of the necklace after the discount is what? The $50 minus the $5. And that's
Oh,
equal,
to 45.
that's it, Michelle, that's $45. So after the discount, your necklace is selling for $45. Now, if she can sell 10 additional necklaces,
Okay.
so what would that be?
10 additional?
With
Well,
the
You
discount.
multiply 45 by 10.
So it
Yeah.
would be what?
Multiply 45 by 10.
No, 10 additional.
45 by
10
by
additional necklaces.
She sells 40 at this price. Additional will be 10 added to the 40, right?
Okay, so that would be
50 now.
50.
that would be 10 times 45.
No, it's gonna be 10, 50
Okay.
times
Let's put here
45.
total amount
Oh, that would be 10 plus 45.
necklaces after discount. What did you say? What did you say, Michelle?
10 plus 45.
No. If she sells 10 more, that's going to be what?
That's
That's
so
going to
that
be
would be
50
10
That's
times.
10 additional. That's 50
Yeah. Yes.
times what? 45
10.
45.
times 45. What's that equal to?
50.
2,250.
That's right.
Yes.
That's 2,000.
250.
250. Now you know the answer, right? What's the answer?
Yeah.
What's the
B.
answer?
The last number is E.
No, it says how much additional money? Additional money. That would be 2,250 minus what? Minus 2,000.
1,000.
So it would be 250.
That's right, Michelle. You got it.
I'm not
250.
feeling well today, but I'm getting it.
Yeah. So the additional money would be what she made with the discount, 2,250 minus, this should be a minus. Minus what she made without the discount. That's the 2,000, and the additional money she would make would be 250. So the answer is what? What's the answer? W-E-R, answer is B. Because it says how much additional money would she make?
Mhm.
Okay, so just to review, you have to find the total necklace sold at $50 each. And they tell you that she sells 40 necklaces per month at the $50 price. So at, okay, this should be 50. So at $40, at $50 each, selling 40 necklaces, she'd make $2,000. The amount of the discount applied is 10% of 50, which is 10% to a decimal, divide 10 by 100, or shift decimal point 2 places to the left. That gives you a $5 discount. Now, after the discount, she's selling them for $50 minus $5 is $45. But it says she can sell an additional 10. So the 40 she sells at the $50 each with a discount, 10 additional would be 10 plus 40, which would give you 50, right? So the number of necklaces sold at the discount would be 50 times the discount price, $45, gives you 2,250. So the additional money she would make would be the 2,250 minus what she made without the discount. 2,000 would give you $250. Any questions on 17? Questions?
No.
No questions, Maureen. Explain to me how you solve it in your words.
I didn't get that far in. When the first part I get was the mine. I didn't do that period. Yeah. But now let's see do it here, get it. I get a clue now. Yeah.
Michelle, can you say in your own words how you would solve this?
Okay, so I can try.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the necklace sold at $50 each equal 40. The total
Well,
amount.
no, she sold $50 each and she sells 40 of them. Okay.
Yeah, so 50 times 40 would equal 50 times 40 would equal $2,000.
And that represents what?
That would each.
No, the $2,000 represents the amount of money she made
40.
on selling 40
Mm.
necklaces at
necklace.
$50 each. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what do you do next?
Amount of discount. So you said 10% of $50 equal 0.10 10 cent because you said 10 over 100 and you moved the decimal point to the two places, which would be $5. And then you said amount of necklace after discount. After discount, it would be $45 because $5 off.
Okay.
And then you say total amount of is it necklaces?
Necklaces.
Yeah, necklaces, thank you. After discount would be two thousand two 2250 dollars.
How did you get 2250?
Because you said 50 times 45.
Now, why did I say 50?
Well, because it was selling each $50 each equal 40.
No, the 50 doesn't represent dollars now. 50 represents the number of necklaces. My question is, why did I say 50 right here? Why did I say 50?
Oh,
right here?
because the necklace was for $50 each.
No, you see where I'm right here?
She had she was selling it at she had 40. Okay, it was 40 necklaces at $50 each. But when we go further down in it, she had an additional, she sells an additional 10 necklaces. So it becomes 50.
Yeah, that's how she got the 50. Thank you, Vanessa. That's how she got the 50. She took, because she had 40 at the $50 price. She was selling additional with a discount. So 10 added to 40 would give you 50.
Oh, yes.
You got it? So that's 50
Yeah.
necklace times the discount price, $45, and you get the $2,250 or $2,250.
Yes.
Okay. And then, Michelle, what do you do to get the answer?
Additional, what I would do, I would say 2,000, I would subtract 2,250 from 2,000 equals the answer.
No, the opposite. You would subtract 2,000 from the 2,250.
2,000. I would subtract 2,000 from 2,250.
Okay.
And it would equal to $250.
Very good. Okay, Michelle, thank you. All right. So that means you can explain how you got the answer. Okay, because you had more than one step.
Yes, now I understand the additional 10 necklaces.
That's right. When it says an additional 10, that means the original 40, you add 10 to it and you get 50. So you're selling 50 necklaces at the discount price.
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's go to number 18. Anyone want to try number 18?
Let me see if I can try it, Miss Barbara.
Okay.
Okay. What's his name? Rojo Salsa is on sale at a price of $9 for 3 jars for 12 ounces each.
Verdo
Salsa is on sale at a price of $8 for 4 jars of 8 ounces each. Which of the following statement is true? An ounce of Rojo Salsa is the same price as an ounce of Verdi Salsa, A. B, an ounce of Verdi salsa costs more than 1 ounce of Rojo salsa. C, a jar of Verdi salsa costs more than a jar of Rojo salsa. Verdi salsa sells at 0.40 per ounce. And E, an ounce of Rojo salsa costs more than an ounce of Verdi salsa. A farm, okay,
That's the next problem.
okay,
Okay.
yes.
So how would we solve this?
Very good.
So, okay, if the Rojo salsa is on sale at the price of $9 for 3 jars of 12 ounces each. Verde salsa is on sale at the price of $8 for a jar. Yeah, but if I do 3 jars, 3 12s is 3 12s is what? 36. Am I right? Yes.
Yes.
3 12s is 36 ounces in all. When you combine it together for the Rojo salsa. And if you do, it's 4 jars and you do 4 eighths, it's just 32.
Okay.
Let's see how it's.
You're on
So
the right track.
therefore, Rojo has more than Verdi salsa. So which of the following statement is true? An ounce of Rojo salsa is the same price as an ounce of Verdi. No. So A is completely out.
Why is
B,
it?
an ounce of
Why is
Verdi
that?
salsa.
Why is A
Wait.
completely out?
An ounce, just now, an ounce of Rojo salsa is the same price as an ounce of Verdi salsa because they, in A, even though it's $9, it's 3 jars, it has more in it. It has more salsa in it. Verdi, Rojo has 36. So if we break it down per ounces, it has more than Verdi. Verdi only have 32 ounces. So Verdi salsa sells at.
You're on the right track. Now,
Yes.
how would you find how much it will cost per ounce? You said the 36 ounces, and that 36 came from what? 3
You have the
jars.
3 jars by
12.
36 by 12 ounces. God.
Okay.
So if you want to know how much, okay, per ounce, how do I do this?
And then you had the 4 jars. This one, Verdi. 4 jars times 8. That was 32 ounces. Okay.
So therefore,
how would you find how would you find the cost per ounce?
Cost per ounce. So do you?
How would you find the cost per ounce of each salsa?
By subtracting?
You divide 36 by 9. Do you do that?
Well, it's the other way, Vanessa.
It's
9
by 36.
9 by 36 would be equal to cost
$4. 4
The
ounces.
rojo salsa per ounce.
So
And
you
what would I have for the
zero
Verdi?
point 0.25.
What would the
There.
Verdi be? $8.
Mm.
8
8,
divided by what? 32.
32.
And that would be equal to
So-
cost
1 moment.
of the
8 divided by
Verdi sauce.
Divide 8 by 32 is 34.
Per ounce.
And 9 is 36, it's 4.
So what do you get? What do you get, Maureen?
Which one? The 8 and 32? All two got the same ounces in it.
So what do you get for the cost here? 9 divided by 36 is what?
4.
4.
No. 9 divided by 36
No.
Or 9 divided
Oh.
by 36.
is 1.
Okay, 0.25, is it
Yeah,
that?
it says 0.25. Now, what about the 8 over 32?
Oh, 0.25.
That's
Two.
right. Equal 1/4. And that's equal to 0. So what's the answer? What's A, B, C, and D, E?
Costs more. An ounce of salsa is the same as the ounce of Verdi. A.
The answer is A. That's right, because they both
Yep.
come to 0.25 an ounce. So
Yep.
answer
Yes, that's so true.
A. So, well, you see, it can't. This C, a jar of Verdi costs more. If Verdi is $8 for 4 jars, that's $2 a jar. Rojo
Mhm.
is $9 for that's $3. So the Verdi actually is less. So you see, it's not a C. Okay. So
Yeah.
now everything
Mhm.
else is in ounces. So that's why we've
Yes.
got to find how much does 1 ounce cost. Because once we eliminate C, then we have to find the
Mhm.
cost per ounce. Because every other answer is in ounces.
That's true.
So when you divide, and that's why I said, Vanessa, you're on the right track when you took the 36 and the 32. But when you take the $9 over the 36, you get the
Mhm.
cost per ounce. The $8 over the 32 give you cost per ounce. So they actually
Okay.
the same value. They're the same value.
Yes.
So that means that it's A. An ounce of the Rojo
Okay.
sauce is the same price as an ounce of Verdi sauces. So you see how you once you found it wasn't C, because
Yes,
C,
that's true.
the Verdi sauce is less because it's $2 a jar, whereas this one is
Yes.
3 jars for $9. It's $3 a jar.
Yeah.
So once you eliminate C, then that means you've got to find how much it costs per ounce, because all A, B, D, and E are all representing ounce of the
I
sauce.
see.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Questions on 18. Okay.
No.
Number 19. Oh, I know you know that one. Michelle, what's the answer? Number 19.
19.
You got a square fence and it has
So
100 units.
that would be D.
What?
D
No.
or A. Either A or D.
Michelle, I'm not picking for you. You telling me.
Okay, I'm
You're
sorry,
giving
ma'am.
me a multiple
D,
choice.
I mean A.
A is correct. And why is it A, Michelle?
Because 20 times, maybe two. Let me see. 1 second. 25 times 2. Well,
Well, if you've
something
got a
goes to
square, all your
20
sides
times,
are
25
equal, right?
times 25, I think.
Well, no, it's not 25 times 25. If you have a square, all your sides are equal, right?
Oh, yes. So that would be either 4 times.
Yes, square, all sides
Are equal to
are
25.
equal. So four
Ugh.
sides. So if you have 4 sides and your total is 100, 4 sides
Yes.
of 25 units.
So that would be equal to 100.
That's right. 4 sides of 22 units, 25
Yes.
units will be equal to 100. Okay. So since you know all your sides are equal, if you have 100 units of fence and it's a square, then all the sides must add up to 100. And the only
Yes.
number where it adds up to 100 with 4 sides is 25. 4 times 25 is 100. Questions? Okay.
No.
Now, number 20.
Me?
Now,
Oh,
this
no.
should be square. This should be square, not the 2. Let's see. Let's put this here. Just write it. I'll just write it as square feet. Okay. This is square feet. That 2 shouldn't be there. Okay. So if the area is 200 square feet, how many 3-foot by 5-foot rectangles can fit inside of this larger rectangle? How would you find it? Anybody want to tell me?
I think it would be B.
Not B. Are you guessing, Michelle, or are you figuring it out?
Because I said 200 and I times 3 times 5, which is 15.
Anybody
Well,
want to?
that's wrong.
How would you solve it?
I said 3 times 5, 15. Well, I guess
I
it's
think
wrong.
you do this. I know square foot.
Okay, the area of the rectangle
How many?
is equal to 200.
I get D. Probably wrong.
How did you get D? Maureen?
Because I divide I think divide 15 by 200. I think like that. Something like that.
No, you've got to find the area of the small triangles. What's the area of the small triangles, Vanessa? I'm sorry, rectangles. What's the area of the small rectangles?
Area, how
Well,
many?
the area is length times width. What would that be equal
Yeah.
to?
15.
Yes, 15 square feet. So that would be 3 feet times 5 feet. And that would be equal to 15 square feet. So what's my next step, Vanessa? To find how many of these small rectangles can I fit into the big rectangle? How would I find that?
Yes. What
What
do you do? You
operation?
divide it.
That's right. What would I divide?
You divide divide
The
3
answer is
feet times
What would I
5.
do, Vanessa? I divide what?
You divide 3 feet
No,
multiply
no.
by
The big
no.
rectangle is 200 square feet. So what would I
so you
do,
divide.
Mhm.
Vanessa? What would I do? The big
You divide
rectangle
it
is
by
200.
Is I think I figure out the answer.
The answer is C, Miss Barbara.
I think
Do
it's
you
It's
A.
not C.
divide 200 by 15 or
That's
15?
Yeah.
it. That's it.
No.
Yeah,
200 square feet
by 15.
By
divided by
15.
15.
And it get 13 point and a lot of trees.
So what's the answer, Maureen?
A.
So that'd be E then.
That's it. It's 13
And a third.
and 1/3. Answer
Miss Barbara,
E. Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I
Yes.
said B the first time, but then I switched my answer and you asked me if I was guessing and I said yes and I switched to A because I realized that three if I divided 3 times 5 would be 15 and divide 200 into 15. So that's how I got it.
No, you divide 200 by 15, not 200
Yeah,
in the
200
15.
by 50. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be 200 divided by 15, which will give you 13 and a
Yes.
third. So that's how many of those small rectangles you can fit into that big rectangle. You take the area of the big rectangle, which is 200 square feet, divided by the area of the small rectangles, length times width, which is 3 feet times 5 feet, 15 square feet, and that gives you 13 and 1/3. That would be the answer.
I do mine just now, but at first I didn't do mine when I had it for homework because I was figuring out why you put the 200 and then put 2 feet next to it. So that why I didn't do it. Because I said 200
What did you
and
say,
you put,
Maureen?
you know how you had it set up at first? You had it set up as how I got it set up. 200 and then FT and 2, which is 2 feet, right?
Oh yeah, well that would
Yeah.
throw you off. It should have been
So,
square feet.
so I
That
said,
should
well,
have
if
been
it do
feet
like that,
square.
if I do it like that, I can't get hooked on these numbers.
Okay.
So that way they do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that was misleading because that square feet had a 2 on it, like it's a time, and it should have been square. Actually, it should have been feet with the exponent, second power. Okay, because you can write.
Miss Barbara, I'm stepping away from the computer for a few
Yes.
minutes.
Okay. So, because you can remember, you can take. You can say FT. Okay, let's put in the. You can put 2, right? That's square feet. That's the same as square feet. And I think I had the 2 there as if it was multiplied. So that kind of threw me
Yeah.
off. Okay, no problem. That's why I corrected here and just put 200 square feet. I could have put just feet squared. You know, the exponent 2 raised second power, that means square feet. Or I could write square feet. Okay. Any questions? Now on Thursday, we are having a quiz and it will be on number and quantity, including the real numbers. Okay, including knowing irrational and rational. Okay, now what we're gonna do now, we're just gonna do some. I have another sheet I want to put up here for you. Let's see. And I call it number and quantity practice. The first one is order of operations. Okay. So I want you to try that one. Tell me what you get for the answer. Everybody see that? 4 times 7
Yeah.
plus 19 by 11. Now
4
you
times.
know the order of operation, PEMDAS, right? I'll write it here. PEMDAS. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. That's the order of operation. Okay. So solve number 1. Tell me what you get for your answer. Michelle, which operation you're going to do first?
What's in the parentheses?
Okay, but there's no parentheses here. So for this one,
Not, I mean, in the bracket, sorry.
okay, no brackets here. So what do you do first?
Isn't, I'm sorry, I was doing number 2, I'm sorry.
Number 1.
So we're gonna, let me see.
Which one, what do you do first? 4 times 7 plus 19 times 11. What do you do first?
Times,
Yeah, you do the multiplication first, right?
yes,
So do your multiplications and then you do your adds. So do
yes.
both of your multiplications. You have a 4 times 7 and you have a 19 times 11. So do those first and then add them. Tell me what answer do you get. Anybody have the answer?
What is that? 7, 4 is 28. 4 is 28, right?
That's right, 28. You got 28 plus, what's 19 times 11, Maureen?
19 times 11
Mhm.
is, I think, 209.
209. When you add this, what do you get?
237.
237. So what's your answer?
D.
Answer D. Michelle, did you get that?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
Okay. So you did your
I
multiplication
got it right.
first. Okay, very good. You do your multiplications and you had 2 of them. 4 times 7 is 28. 19 times 11 is 209. Then you add them, you get 237. Answer D. Okay, now the second one, that's also a PEMDAS. And you have parentheses and brackets. And you have exponents.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to do parentheses, exponents, parentheses, exponents, add, and then add. Tell me which answer you get.
Okay, let's see what it is.
Anybody get an answer? Anyone have an answer for number 2? So 7 minus 5 is what, Michelle?
2.
Okay, so this is going to be a 2. Okay, what's 20 minus 19?
1.
Okay, very good. That's going to be a 1. Okay. Now we're going to do our
13
X.
plus 14.
Okay, let me put this here. Okay. Now,
Which is 17.
wait a minute. Okay, what's 2 to the second power?
4.
Okay, so this becomes a 4. So let's put a 4 here. All right, what's 1 to the second power?
1 to the second power, that's 2.
No.
I'm
One.
sorry, that's
One,
2.
no, 1 times 1
Is one.
1.
is just 1, right? So that's 1. Okay. All right, Michelle, what's 4 plus 1?
4 plus 1, that's 5.
Okay.
Well, the answer is C.
Is that what you got, Michelle? Four plus 1 is 5.
Yes.
So let's put 5 here. Okay, so let's put our 5 in here. 4 plus 1 is 5. What's 3 times 5, Michelle?
15.
Okay, 3 times 5 is 15. So let me put this here. So that would be 15. And
That's
what's
14.
15 plus 14? What's that equal to?
That's
Michelle?
15 plus 14. That is 29.
29. So what's the answer? What's the answer, Michelle?
The answer is 29.
A, B, C, or D?
I'm sorry. C.
Answer C. Okay. So you notice the steps we did here, right? We
Yes,
subtracted
ma'am.
7 minus 5, we got 2. 20 minus 19, we got 1. Now we squared the 2, that's the exponent. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 1
Yes.
is 1. Then we're still in this bracket. 4 plus 1 is 5. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 14 is 29. Answer C. Questions? That's PEMDAS. And this one had what? It had what? Parentheses, well, it had parentheses and brackets, had an exponent, right? And it had addition. Okay, let's go to number 3. Number 3 is a number line. Now, remember the number line, you have 0 in the middle, you have positive numbers on the right, negative numbers on the left. And as I go from left to right, I'm increasing. As I go from right to left, I'm decreasing. Now, I'm asking you which point shows the approximate location of a minus 1/3? A, B, C, or D? Which one, Maureen?
I would say A.
A.
Absolutely. 0.3 tenths is closer to a minus
Yeah, Henry.
1/3. So your answer would be A. Right? So answer
Mhm.
So answer for number 3 is A. ANSWER. See if I can this further down. Answer A. Okay. Now the next problem, well, 4, 5, and 6, write the integers in order from least to greatest. So I want you to put these in order. Okay. Okay. Right.
I'm back.
The following
Yeah.
integers in order from least to greatest. So 4, 5, and 6, I want you to put these in order, starting from the smallest to the largest. Do the same for 4, 5, and 6. Tell me your answer. I remember on the number line, as I go from right to left, I'm decreasing. As I go from left to right, I'm increasing.
A.
No, you've got to put them in order, Michelle. Write these in order from the smallest number to the largest. Number 4. Which one is the smallest, Michelle?
6.
Oh, for this, what is the smallest?
You mean for number 4?
Yes.
-4.
No.
I'm sorry, not
Oh,
-4. I mean -19.
Okay. -19 is the smallest. So you're going to put a minus 19 and keep going. What's the next one?
-12.
Right. -12. Very good. And the next one?
-8.
-8. And the next one?
-4.
-4. And the next one?
-2.
-2.
And
the next-
-1.
-1. And the next one?
And 0.
0.
mhm.
Right? That is correct. Okay. That is correct. Okay, so that's the order of our, that's the order from least to greatest. The -19, because notice here, I said as you go from right to left, you're getting smaller. Okay. Now do number 5. Who would like to do number 5?
I'm gonna do number 5.
Okay, number 5, Vanessa. What's the smallest?
From least to greatest. Okay. -11.
-11. And the next
negative
one,
9,
-9. Okay. Next,
positive 5,
+5. Okay. Next,
positive 7,
okay. 7 and
positive 8,
8. Okay.
positive 23.
And 23. Everybody have that one? That's the correct order. Maureen, did you have that one correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Maureen, do number 6.
Okay.
From the smallest to the largest. Which one is the smallest?
1/4,
No,
right? Oh no.
smallest.
Which one are we doing?
Positive 5,
Number
6.
6.
Oh, 3/4 is 75. 5 6 is 5 6.
Yeah, minus
Mhm.
5, 6. That's the smallest. Okay, what's the next one?
3, 4.
Minus 5 6. Then the other one is
What's the next one?
the 5 6.
So you can put them all over 12, right? And then you'll see which one is the smallest.
5, 6.
Because the absolute value is going to be the largest, but it's a negative, so that means the largest one is going to be the smallest. So what comes after the 5 6?
1/4.
3, 4.
No.
No.
What is
Okay.
it, Vanessa?
Okay. 3 7 3/4.
3, 4. Negative 3, 4.
That's right. Negative 3/4. All right, Maureen. And
Then
the next one?
negative
Then
1.
1/4.
No. What is
The
it?
1/4 is
Uh-huh.
1/2.
Yeah,
Negative
negative
a
1/2.
half.
Oh,
Mhm.
And
then
then the
negative a
last
quarter.
one, negative 1/4.
Mhm.
okay. 1/4. See, yeah.
See, if you put these all over 12, and then the biggest one, absolute value, is going to be the smallest. See, because this would be like 10 over 12. This would be 9 over 12. This would be 6 over 12 and 3 over 12. So the biggest one is going to be the smallest because it's negative. All right.
So how do you put it over 12, Miss Barb?
Oh, that's my least common multiple. I just multiply the denominator by 2 and I get 12, and the numerator by 2, I get 10.
Oh,
Right. And the 3/4, 3 times 4 is 12, and 3 times 3 is 9. So that's 9 over 12.
So,
1/2,
okay.
6 times 2 is 12, and 6 times 1 is 6. That's 6 over 12. Okay. So what I'm saying is this becomes 10 over 12. Okay. And the next one becomes 9 over 12. Right. And the next one becomes what? 6 over 12. I'm just taking the least common multiple. And then the next one is 3 over 12. So, but these are the absolute values. But since it's negative, the biggest one is going to be the smallest. So that this is smaller than this one, smaller, because it's negative, right?
mhm.
Questions on putting things in order? Okay, let's go to number 7. Okay, so you're trying to find Joey's rate of pay. $46.80 for 6 hours. So it's rate of pay is what? What is this rate of pay? In other words, what does he make per hour? How would you find it? Anyone want to tell me how would you find how much he makes per hour?
Then multiply.
What, Maureen?
Multiply.
No, 46.80 for 6 hours.
Oh, for 6 hours, divide.
You'd have to divide what? 46.80 divided by what? 6. What's that equal to?
Okay.
What's 46.80 divided by 6?
4, 6,
Amount
8,
46.80 divided by 6
6.
hours would give you what? What do you get, Maureen?
I get 7.
7 what?
80.
780.
Mhm.
Okay. And that would be per hour.
Mhm.
And that's answer D. So you're trying to find his rate of pay. You know how much he makes for 6 hours of work.
Yeah.
You're trying to find how much he makes for 1 hour. That would be how much he makes for 6 hours divided by 6. And that would give you his hourly rate, 780 per hour. Questions? Okay. And number 8 is a grid problem. Shirts were sold for $15 each. This price was 80% of their original price. How would you find the original price?
Do something, let me see, 15.
Original
It
price
said shirt was sold for $15 each.
equal sales price divided by percent of the,
So I mean, I got to divide 15 by 80%, right?
yes, change your percent to a decimal, either put it over 100% of the original price. This is your formula. Okay, that's your formula. So substitute in and tell me what you get.
I get 0.01875.
Yes, that's your answer.
Mm.
Okay. This would be equal to
Mhm.
okay, this be to $15. Put the 15 and divide that by and change this to a decimal 80%. 80 equal. So did you say, Maureen?
0.1875.
No, it's 1875.
Yeah,
Not
87. Yeah.
0.1. Okay, this is a decimal. You know, divide the 80 by 100 or shift it 2 places to the left. Okay. So you will bubble in 18.75. Okay.
Yeah, but Miss Barbara,
Yes.
how did we get the 18.75?
15 divided by
I know
0.8.
that's the original. Okay.
Yeah. Take $15, divide that by 0.8. Put it in my calculator. 1.5 divided by 0.8. You divide it, you get 18.75.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay, yes.
Okay. So original price is sales price divided by the percent of the original price converted to a decimal. So the sales price was $15. It was 80% of the original. So you divide that by the original, convert it to a decimal, and you get the 18.75 for the original price. And how could you check this?
Okay. There's a way to check it.
Could you check that this is right?
Please multiply it. You multiply something. How is it? I think.
Could you check this is 1875 is correct?
Because if you divide it, then you have to, what do? You do something. Oh, okay. So therefore, if you want to know if it's right, let me see. If you take 18.75, 18.75 divided by 0.
Well, if you multiply 0.80 times 18.75, you should get $15. That's how you know it's correct.
You multiply. What do? You multiply.
Multiply the 0.80.
Yes. By
80 times 18.75, and you should get 15. Multiply it out.
0.
You should get 15.
0.0 multiply by 18.75. Yes, you get 15.
Now you know it's correct. It should be 15.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, I just say to check. Answer. So that's what you could do to check the answer. Just multiply the 0.80.
Okay.
This should be decimal point. 0.8. 0.80 times 18.75 give you 15, which is what we said the sales price is $15. Okay, that's how you can check that the answer is correct.
Okay.
Questions?
You okay, Michelle?
Michelle, number 9. Michelle, you're on mute.
You're on mute.
Michelle, you're on mute. Michelle, you're on mute.
Yes, I'm sorry. I didn't even know I was on mute.
Yes. Number 9. What's the two square roots of the number 25?
Fine. Yes. So it would be B.
That's it. Very good.
Yeah,
That's
because
right.
I see positive and negative
Yeah,
and
because both of those multiply to give you what? 25.
25.
That's right. Minus 5 times a minus 5 is 25. 5 times 5 is 25. Okay.
Yeah.
Vanessa, number 10. What's the answer?
Yes. A square room has a tiled floor with 144 square tiles. How many tiles are along the edge of the room? 12.
12. That's correct. Answer because the
A.
12 square is 144.
Yes.
Yeah. 12
12 times 144.
times 12 equal 144.
Mhm.
144. So answer A. Okay. Now let's do one. Let's see. We have which of the following is an irrational number? Anybody want to tell me which one of the following is an irrational number?
Okay.
Irrational numbers.
Rational numbers can be written as ratios. We
B.
have irrational, Michelle. Irrational. That's a ratio.
Irrational.
That's 1/5. That's rational.
Irrational. So it would be
Which of the following?
Which of the following is an irrational number?
C.
That's a fraction.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
0.093.
Second.
Okay, let me just
Second.
okay.
Is
Let me just put no, Michelle said C. 0.093. 0.093.
I think it is D.
What would that be as a fraction, Michelle? 0.093.
Let me go back to
You said
look.
0.093. What would that be as a fraction?
1093.
0.093. You told me that was an irrational number. I'm saying, what would it be as a
It
fraction?
can be 1.
As a
It can be
that would be
1
maybe
over.
I would say 93 over 100 or 93 over 1,000.
I don't want an R, Michelle. You giving me multiple choice. What would it be? Which one?
93 over 1,000.
That's right. 93 over 1,000. That's right, because this is what? Tens, hundreds, thousand. That means that's rational. It can be written as a fraction.
It's D.
Why D, Maureen? Why is it D?
I do the square root, right? At 19, and they get hooked to 19, then they press the little buttons, and they get hooked 4 point. A lot of numbers on the 4.
Okay.
So that way,
It's
I
not
think
a,
it's
because
irrational.
the square root of 19 is not a perfect square root. Okay.
Right, right.
It's answer D because
Mm.
square root of 19 is not a perfect square root. Remember when I said that irrational numbers do not have perfect square roots? Like square root of 64 is 8, right? Square root of 16 is 4. Square root of 19, there's no number that you can multiply by itself and get 19 unless the number has a decimal in it, right? So That means the square root of 9, of course, is 3, so that's a perfect square root. That can be expressed as a ratio, 1 over 5. 0.093 can be expressed as a ratio, so that just leaves D. It does not have a perfect square root. Questions? Okay, I want you to estimate this number. Let me make it bigger. This is square root of 64 and the fraction 5 over 14.
14. 5
So-
over 14, that's a fraction.
That's a fraction, so it's square root of 64 and 5 over 14. So what's the nearest whole number to that number?
I forgot how many times 64 goes.
No, square root of 64 is a perfect square root. What is it, Vanessa?
Okay.
What's the square root of 64?
It's 8.
That's right. Square root of 64 is equal to 8. Okay.
8.
Now, what's 5 over 14 equal to?
You want it in decimal?
Yes. What's 5 over 14?
Point 0.357143.
Divided by 1, 4. What did you get?
0.357143.
3. We'll just round that off to 0.36. Okay. So
Okay.
now, if you want to estimate this, you're saying 8.36. So
6.
So if you round this off to a whole number, what would it be?
If you round it off to a whole number, therefore you would get
84.
What would it be?
84?
No, 8.36 rounded to a whole number
Oh, the whole number.
is what?
9?
No.
Oh,
Remember, 5 or greater, you bump up. It's a 3, 6.
oh,
What would it be, Vanessa?
pound cup.
8.4.
I said a whole number.
89?
8. That's right.
Or 8?
8.
Rounded to the nearest whole number is 8. So you'd bubble in a 8.
Oh,
8.
You just bubble in the number 8. Got it?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Questions?
Oh.
So this is really like a mixed number, right? It's like 8 and 5/14, and we made it a 8.36. But since it's not 5 or greater, we can't go up to 9, so we round it to the nearest whole number, and it's 8.
Which is 8.
Okay. All right. We just have 3 more here. Rational numbers include everything except which of these? Anybody want to tell me?
rational numbers. Is B non-repeating, never-ending decimals?
Rational numbers include everything except non-repeating, never-ending decimals. That's characteristic of irrational. That's correct, Maureen. Very good. So the answer B. Non-repeating, never-ending is characteristic of irrational. And rational numbers can include everything except, can't be integers, can't be fractions, can't be decimals. Okay. 14. That's another PEMDAS. Tell me your answer. What are you going to do first?
Let me get it.
This is division.
Parentheses.
That's right. This is division sign.
Yeah.
So do that first.
Yes.
So 9 into 27 is 3.
That's 3. Now do your multiplication.
Add it.
So it's number D. You can't see number D. What answer is number D?
What?
I see
14?
C,
14?
number D. The answer was number D.
No, it's not D.
No, I can't see the number I tell you. Because you can see like -1, 9, C -1, but I can't see what part is done telling me what.
Right here?
Down here. Yeah, that line, yeah.
Okay. Make it bigger. Okay. So what is the answer? This is a division sign. 27 divided by 9 is what?
3,
And 3 times a -1 is what?
-4.
3 times a -1,
It's
Maureen.
a 4. It's 2.
3 times a -1
3.
is a what?
3 times a -1 is a -9. A -3. A minus and a minus again.
Is a -3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be a minus, put it here, -1, and this is times, I'll put there,
So the answer is,
and that's going to
9.
be 3. 3,
No, run down.
and that's, let's see,
It's okay. Just 3 o'clock. They're gonna
And then you multiply 3 by 3.
okay, -3. So that's going to be what equal to, let me say -3 times -3. And what's that equal to? What's a -3 times a -3?
Minus and a minus is a plus, right?
That's right. So what
So
would
the
be the
answer
answer?
is B.
Would be 9.
A.
What's the answer?
Yeah, the man. Yes, B. That's true.
B, that's right. Answer B, because it's a plus 9.
B. Yeah.
Answer B.
You get it, Michelle?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. What's the answer for 15? That's the last one.
For 15.
B.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, you asked Michelle, sorry.
Michelle, what's the answer for 15?
For
Let
15.
me see.
Yep.
Let me
-10.
see.
What is it, Vanessa? What's the answer for 15?
1 moment,
10.
Miss Barbara, look at it. No, it's a -20.
That's right. Answer A.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
Yeah,
A.
It's a -15
You
and
add it
-50. You
because-
add and that's it. Go ahead, Vanessa.
Because they're all add, because the 2 negative gives you a positive. And the negative is outside of the parentheses. So there's in front of the 5 in the parentheses is a plus, is a +5. So you add it.
Okay.
So a
Right, Miss Barbara?
-15. That's right. -15, -5 gives you a -20. That's your answer. Answer A.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, so Thursday we have
This is what you would say. Do you say keep, change?
No, what are you saying, Vanessa?
With number 15, do you say keep the -15 sign, keep the sign?
Yeah, when you're adding
Change,
two negatives, you get
right?
2 negatives.
Yes.
Yeah, because a minus, and this
Okay.
is like you said, a plus, but a minus plus gives a minus. See, if this were
Yeah.
a minus, then that would be a plus. In other
Plus,
words,
yes.
let me just write this. Now, if this was a minus, let's put a minus here. If I put a minus there, then that would be a plus 5, and a minus 15 would give me a minus 10. You follow? Because
Yes.
the minus is going to give me a
Yes.
plus. So then this becomes
Mhm.
minus 15
Minus 10.
plus
15.
5 would be equal
5.
to a minus 10. Okay, but this is a plus, so minus plus gives me a
Yes.
minus. So a minus 5 minus 15 give me a minus 20. Questions? Okay, so your quiz will be on Thursday, and like I said, it would be the real number system and number and quantity. So we'll do a review the first half, and actually we'll be finishing up some of the homework for some of the Thursday crowd that we didn't go over what we went over today. And then we will do the quiz in the last say like 30 minutes. Now the quiz, you can email me the answers, you can text me the answers, you can write them down and take a picture of them on your phone and send to me, okay? But you'll do that at the end. Any questions on anything we went over? Okay, so we'll end here, and happy birthday to you again, Vanessa. I hope someone making you a cake.
Hi, Vanessa. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Thank you
Vanessa.
so much.
Thank
Hope you
you.
don't have
Thank
to
you,
make your
Michelle.
own
Thank you,
cake. I
Miss
hope
Barbara.
somebody's making you a cake.
No, I went out yesterday. The
Oh,
children
you
took me out.
celebrated yesterday.
The children and my
Nice.
daughter-in-law, yes.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, you get certain things you just got to go ahead and celebrate, you know? That is very good. Okay, so I say so long to everybody. Thanks for sharing. All right.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you. Miss
Bye-bye.
Barbara, can you please can you send this to my email, at least to our email?
Yes, I'll send what we went over today to your email. Okay. Everything we went over
Thank you so
today,
much.
I'll be sending to your email. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Miss
Thank you.
Barbara.
All right. So long.
Thank you so
All right.
much.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.
Love you guys.